Oh, we're not live. Hello and good afternoon or good morning or good evening, depending on where you are in the world and what time you're actually watching. How are you doing? It's Petra here, and I'm your client enrollment strategist. And today I wanted to do something fun, which is interview one of my star clients, okay? And she's going to be sharing with you exactly what she's been able to achieve whilst working with me. So let's just, before we dive in, let me know if you can hear me. If you're watching right now, let me know if you can hear me. I know that you've got a few people that have just hopped on. If you can let me know if you can hear me. If you can just type in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. If you can let me know. Oh, great, you can hear me. Brilliant. Yay. Hey, Ruth. Hey, Steph. Hey, Jill. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Brilliant. We are here and we are live and direct. Okay, we are live and direct. So if it's one of the first times that you're watching my live streams, please type in blonde hair in the chat. Blonde hair in the chat, so I know that I'm not speaking to myself and you're listening, you're engaged, you're active. Okay. And if you don't know who I am Petra Foster, and I am from a place called Birmingham, which is like 2 hours away from London. And what I do is I help coaches like you and consultants, and I help you to create and sell premium packages and enroll clients within 6 weeks or less. Okay, that's exactly what I do in a nutshell. And today we have one of my star clients who is Elise Tager, and Elise is going to be sharing with us what her business was like before working with me, and also what she's been able to achieve in such a very short space of time. So hi Elise, thanks for joining me this afternoon.
Hey fabulous Petra, how are you?
I'm doing great. All the better for seeing you, my dear. So do you want to just share with us what it is that you do, please?
So I'm a Facebook ad strategist. I help clients create strategies for their Facebook ads and to help them create an ongoing stream of leads for their businesses, and we also implement the campaigns.
Brilliant. That is wonderful. So we started working together, I believe it was in December, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you want to share with us then what was happening in your business, why you decided that you needed to work with someone?
Yep. So I had been in this business for a while, wasn't getting the traction I wanted, wasn't earning the kind of money I wanted. And one of my first clients was charging almost 10 times what I was charging and doing really well. Yep. And I thought, what's wrong with this picture?
As you do.
And my opening package, when someone said they wanted to work with me, I had a small, medium, and large package. And the package that most people took was $500 for the first month. And
because always going to do that. They're always going to choose the lower end, aren't they?
Yeah. And so I just had to stop right then and there. I just stopped my business. I mean, I took care of the clients I had, but I stopped prospecting. And I thought, I need some help with this because I don't want to have to, $500 per client. That means I'm going to have $1 million per month. I can't do that. And secondly, I really knew I needed some one-on-one coaching with someone who really knew her stuff. And as soon as I had that thought in my mind, you came up in my stream in Facebook. It was like, the heavens opened up and presented me with Petra. And so, I did my due diligence. I looked at your YouTube videos. I followed you for a while. I joined your groups. And I really liked what I was seeing. And I thought, I just want to jump in. So that's how this whole thing started.
Brilliant. Can I just ask, how long were you following me before you decided to book a discovery call with me?
Oh, that's a good question, Petra. Maybe a couple weeks. Maybe a couple weeks. Yeah, not long, because I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I needed help in this particular area. and I was just looking for the right person, and I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time looking when you clearly were the answer to my dreams. So not too long.
Thank you. And were you on my mailing list?
No.
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 You wasn't on my list. Okay.
No.
That is so interesting. Now,
Yeah.
I had to ask you that question because people are always talking about you need to build your list, you need to build your list, you need to build your list.
Right.
However, what happened was that you knew that you needed help, and then
Right.
I just happened to pop up at the right time, you know, and then you done your due diligence and you searched out exactly how I could help and you booked that call.
Right.
Can you explain how you felt on the discovery call?
I had my credit card ready. I was waiting for you to get to the ask, really. I mean, I was already pre-sold. And so I was ready to get going with you.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I remember that really. You said to me, I'm not going to be a hard sell, Petra. Did you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like,
because I knew what I needed. And you were, in everything I'd looked at, you were saying exactly the right words, right? So it was just an easy sell. So
brilliant. Thank you. Yeah. I love that. Remember, if you're watching live, what I want you to do is you can absolutely ask Elise any questions that you want. Okay, this is not planned and not scripted. Just please ask any questions that you want.
Ask away. Ask away.
So share with us then. So when we first started, as you said, you had 3 packages. Now, as you know, and I'm always talking about, it's always a good idea just to have one premium offer.
Right.
So how did you feel when we actually decided to price your offer?
Oh, so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable, because, you were sort of putting my neck in the noose, right? So do what you say you're going to say. Set a bar and set a bar high and start working with that. And it took a while to get comfortable with that, but I have to say you were good about walking through the whole process of gaining clarity about what I was offering, putting together a package that I felt had the value that I could charge that for, and then the whole process of conducting a discovery call and closing with the sale. So it wasn't just the definition of the package. The package per se in the beginning made me choke. But as you worked me through all those processes, I got more and more comfortable with what I was doing and what I was asking in return.
Brilliant. So are you happy to share with us what your fees were at the time? Because I know that we could be watching this video recording in the future. So let's just talk, your fees could actually change. Right. So what were your fees at the time?
So right now I started with a 3-month package for $6,000. And again, I do Facebook ad strategy. This is on top of whatever that client is going to spend for Facebook ads. So this is my strategic help, my consulting. So I started with 3 months for $6,000. I've since scaled it back for 2 months for $4,500, which works out about the same. I'm more comfortable with that. I think my clients that I've brought on board are more comfortable with that. It just feels like it's a better fit right now. As I get more and more clients coming in, I will increase that fee because it's not going to be enough in the future.
Brilliant. Can you share with us, how long did it take you to enroll your first client at $4,500 working with me?
Oh, I think it was a week, 2 weeks. A week or 2 weeks. I can't remember.
It was under 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks. So this was, it wasn't that long. It really wasn't that long.
So this is what I really wanted to emphasize to you that are watching right now. It doesn't have to take long to enroll high-end clients. Look, Elise sold her first high-end package within 2 weeks of working with me, okay?
Right.
We've got some people that have joined us. We've got Diana. Hi, Diana. Hi, Sinead. Hi, Sally. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to ask us some questions below. So it took you 2 weeks to enroll your first high-end client. How did you feel when that person said yes? And how long did it take for that person to say yes?
Well, this is a great story, Petra. I'm glad you asked that because I was on a discovery call with this client or the potential client. And again, he had his credit card waving. He was ready to go. And he said, after I described the package and what I was going to do for them and blah, 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 he said, okay, let's get going. I didn't take that in. I mean, I didn't register that as a let's start, let's get, I said, what do you mean? And he said, I mean, I'm ready to sign on. And it had to sink in, oh, you're saying yes, before he actually took his credit card. So I was so busy. I was so wrapped up in the discovery call, making sure that I wasn't doing my job and whatever. So it took me a while to figure out that he wanted to buy what I was selling. So that was funny.
So that is amazing. So there was no hard sell.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
You went through the structure of the sales conversation.
Right.
Okay. And there was no objections.
No. And I have to, we might get into this in a little bit, but I think the whole difference was confidence. Mm-hmm. I knew that what I was offering had huge value, and I was confident in that. And if that person said no, I'd go on to the next person that was going to say yes, because I knew exactly what I was offering was very valuable to the people that I was offering it to. So it was a confidence level that made it easy. Yeah.
And I love that you said that if they said no, you'll just move on, because something that I always teach the people that when someone books a consultation with you, your aim on a discovery call is to get a clear yes or a clear no. You never want to get, I need to think about it, I need to speak to my partner about it, any of those things. So what you've done, you've actually proven that within just 2 weeks, that's 2 sessions, within just 2 coaching sessions, you've been able to grasp that concept of actually how to attract a client, how to book them on the discovery call with you, and how to close them. Do you see how crazy that is in just 2 weeks? Yeah, it was great. It was really great. So since then, how many clients have you now enrolled? So a total of 5. 2 are I have 3 active clients. 2 are no longer working with me. I have 3 discovery calls lined up for this week. I'm definitely on a roll. I've said no to a couple of people, which is the other thing that, so this is another thing that I wanted to talk about, was in gaining the confidence that comes with working with you and understanding that you are offering a high-end product to a high-end client. There are people who will knock on your door that aren't that. And there's no fault there. There's no judgment. It's just, you have to be willing to say, we aren't a good fit, and be comfortable with that. And in the beginning, that was hard, but, I have confidence that I know who I will work well with. And, it gets easier and easier to say, we just aren't going to work well together, not just from a personality standpoint, but from where you are in your business. Unless you're at a certain level of business, you shouldn't be calling me. So when I have people on the phone that aren't at a certain level of business, I have to say, gee, we're not the right fit. You might do something else, but we're just not going to be a good fit. So learning how to say no to a discovery call, or even in the discovery call, was something also that you taught me. Brilliant. Did you catch that? What Elise just said? She said, you have to be in a certain place in your business or else don't even contact me. Well, I don't say it that way. I mean, you laughed at me, but so I just had a discovery call earlier in the week with a fellow who was really just launching his business. Yeah. And he felt that Facebook ads were going to be his silver bullet, his salvation. And so I was able to say, you have to keep in mind that the ads themselves are going to be, X amount of money. I'm going to be X amount of money. It doesn't sound to me like you have enough money coming in at this point in your business that you should be thinking about doing this. So why don't you wait a while until you've got more momentum built up? So I was very diplomatic. I wasn't as abrupt as I can be. But
So
I just want to congratulate you on that as well, because that is you being very honest, and that's you being very open. And as a cultural consultant, that's showing how much integrity that you do have. So
thank you.
you're not just going to take on any client. You
No.
are going to make sure that that person is in the right place, in their business financially, and that they've got money coming in. And so I love that about you, and I love the fact that you are so real. Okay,
Thank you.
It's people we could ever speak to. At least we've got some people joining us. We've got Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy. How are you doing? And we've got Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. Thank you. Ruth said that's wonderful. Please do ask us any questions. We're here. Ask us any questions. You can ask Elise any questions, and she will be more than happy to support you on your give you those answers. Okay. So what I want to ask as well then is, how would you kind of explain your experience working with me then? What is it like to work with me?
Well, I'm your biggest fangirl, so I'm a big Petra Foster fan. Working with you is very challenging in that you are very involved with your clients or your students. You are right in there with them. Whether it's on a call or in the groups or an email, you are very on top of their business. You're also very challenging. There was a period of time when I was holding back, and you caught me and you called me out in a very nice way. And you forced me to get beyond whatever that barrier was that I was imposing on myself to get to the next level. So, and we made a ton of progress together, just a ton of progress. So, and you're a whole lot of fun. So working with you has been just glorious. And boy, talk about producing results, Petra. You really produce results very quickly.
Thank you. I remember you said to me the other week, he says, Petra, you open and read all of my emails.
You do. You do. I mean, we stopped our session. We had were we working together for 8 weeks? I can't remember what our time frame was, but we were done. We'd said goodbye for our contractual agreement, and you're still opening up my emails and you're still corresponding to my stuff on Facebook. I'm like, whoa, this is a wonderful, talk about support, really. It's heartfelt, and I appreciate every bit of it. So you are very in there with your students and your clients.
Thank you. And I think that, as what you've got to think about is, as a coach, that's what you're there to do. I'm there to support you. I'm there to, be your shoulder. I'm there to help you with strategy, not just to say, hey, go and do this and not even, not check back.
Yeah, so check in.
That's really good for me as well.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the biggest mindset shifts? Now, what I want you all to remember, okay, I'm not a mindset coach. I teach people how to sell, okay? Because of the way that I help my clients, they do go through a transformation in their mind, the way they approach their business. So can you explain what was the biggest kind of mindset shift for you?
So first of all, I want to say that probably was the biggest takeaway from my working with you was the mindset from me. I've been in business for a long time. I had been running this business for a while. I think what changed was, how can I say this? Valuing myself, having confidence in what I was doing, and that I was worth asking more money. And it was not, and it wasn't just in word alone. It was honestly feeling that I am something that is worth that amount of money. And so those are easy words to say, but that's a big shift, and so to be comfortable saying, yeah, I charge $4,500 for 2 months, and feel comfortable in that, and not feel that I need to step away from that or come down or negotiate or take it apart. That was the biggest shift, Petra, was just being comfortable and confident, standing in my own skin.
That's lovely. Can I just say as well, remember, Elise enrolled 5 5 clients at 4,500. So you do the math, okay? Do you want to, if anyone is thinking about working with me personally, whether it's a one-on-one client or whether it's in my Sales and Six Mastery Group program, actually, let's talk about the Sales and Six Mastery Group. Let's talk about the Facebook group, and let's talk about the weekly trainings in that as well, because I know that you were my one-on-one client, however
Right.
you are in the group as well.
Right.
So
Right.
what is your experience in Sales and Six Mastery?
Excellent. And I have to say, Sales and Six mirrored what you and I were doing together one-on-one. So they were in lockstep. It's a fabulous course in that you've structured it such that it takes you, the client or the student, through a process. And so you gain complete clarity in what your business is, what you're offering, what your brand is, and each step adds on the other so that you're gaining clarity in each step before you move on to the next, which gives you confidence. Your confidence grows as you build those building blocks. And going through that whole 6-week process with you is a whole package that I think everybody needs, whether you know it or not in your business yet. You need all those pieces to be in place. You need clarity about what you're offering. You need to have a clear brand statement. You need to have, a package that you can talk about in 25 words or less. All those pieces are important. And so the process of that 6-week process really walks you through, not to mention the sales piece, which most female entrepreneurs are terrible at, right? It's unless we're salespeople, and most of us aren't, learning how to be in sales mode without feeling salesy or spammy or yucky is a muscle that you have to learn and exercise, and also learn how sales doesn't equal sales. It's providing value and finding the right people who want it. But that 6-step process, that Sales and Six process, or the processes that you take your clients through, is perfect. The other thing is the Facebook group per se. This is the first time I've been in a group that was so participatory. I don't know about you, Petra, but I've been in lots of groups on Facebook where no one says anything, right? No one, there might be 300 members in the group and the only person talking is the host. This was a very collaborative group. People were helping each other solve problems, putting their own insecurities out there, asking their own questions. It's a fabulous group. So very important part of the whole process.
Thank you so much. We've got Anna. Hi, Anna Share. Hi, thank you for joining us. We're just going to be closing up. If you have any other questions, please, you can definitely ask them there in the Facebook chat. But just the last question, really, I think, unless anyone else has got a question, is if anyone has been thinking of working with me, what would you say to them, Elise? What would you say?
Oh, get off the fence. If you're thinking about it, just sign up. If it's money that concerns you, you'll get your money back in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Nothing. I mean, the value you offer for what the student is going to get back is exponential. So don't worry about it. Just sign up and walk through the process with Petra, and just have confidence that this is going to be more than you ever wanted. So just jump off that fence and sign up is what I would say. Sooner rather than later.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Elise, for joining me this afternoon.
You're welcome.
In where were you? Where were you again? You're in
San Francisco, California.
That's it, California.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to know more about what it's like to work with me, or if you are thinking about working with me, all you need to do is go to petrafoster.com/assess. Okay. And if you are ready right now to grow and to build your business, and you're looking for a Facebook ad strategist, please add Elise as a friend on Facebook. Go to her Facebook, go to her website, elisetager.com, and definitely go over there and sign up with her to grow your business. Okay?
Great.
So thank you so much for joining me, Elise, and I will see you
online.
on Facebook.
Take care. Thanks, Petra. Loved it. Bye-bye.